Hey guys, it's Elizabeth. Welcome back to my channel. It's Monday today. Happy Monday. Today, let's talk about signs. We're going to talk about signs from the universe, signs from our angels, our guides, our spirit team. A lot of times we don't necessarily know where the signs are coming from, who the signs are coming from, but it doesn't matter. And we're going to discuss how signs work with our intuition as well. Before I get started, I just have a couple quick announcements. Don't forget, I just launched an intuition assessment quiz. You can get that on my website, myspiritualbeginnings.com. And there's also a link in the description if you want to check that out. It's really fun, and I hope you enjoy that. And I'm also hosting an Intuition Development Wednesday workshop power hour every single Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. That's noon. So join me for lunch where we are going to go through some intuition exercises live on Facebook. So join my Fluidity by Design Facebook group to see that and participate. I'm really hoping that this is something that you're going to enjoy, that it's going to help you, and we get to connect one-on-one, which is really fun. Join it by getting it in the link below. So, signs from the universe and how it works with your intuition. The universe, the more and more you are connected and communicating with your own intuition, the more and more you're going to be able to have a back and forth communication with the universe. Now you can call it whatever you want, your spirit team, spirit, your ancestors in spirit, or the universe, God. And I do believe that when you are getting signs, you can be getting them from different entities, different pieces of the universe. You could be getting it from your grandmother that passed away, your best friend that passed away. You could be getting it from your spirit guide, God, all of those things. But for me, I have found that it doesn't matter where that message is coming from. It is the message that I'm getting that is important. And if it's the specific entity, spirit that needs, wants, is trying to communicate with me, my intuition will help me discern what that message is and who it's coming from. There are two different types of signs. The ones that you are just receiving, that just pop up out of nowhere that you weren't expecting, asking for. And then there are signs where you are starting that conversation with the universe. So the first thing in talking about signs is identifying when something is coming your way. That goes hand in hand with receiving. When we're talking about doing all of these intuition exercises and we work specifically on receiving the messages and learning, being in tune with our own abilities and how we receive, that's the same thing I'm talking about. So however you're receiving information intuitively, that's how you are going to be receiving these signs. Now, not to say you're not getting physical signs. How many times have you seen a feather on the ground? Then you've known it was a message from your grandmother trying to get in touch with you, and you just knew that. That is your intuition speaking to you. Or the cardinal, seeing a red cardinal out of nowhere, unexpectedly, and just having that understanding that that was somehow meant for you. For me, a lot of times I see doves or crows or some kind of bird, and I'm like, oh, I know that's my intuition speaking to me, or a particular entity My grandmother speaks to me in various ways with signs, and I just know that it's for me. And when you have that inkling that you're seeing a sign around you that's meant for you, and you're like, I wonder, is that a sign for me? If you're wondering if it's a sign for you, then it most definitely is. So take it, own it. And then you can ask your intuition, what does that sign mean? What is that sign trying to tell me? And you can go through that same process to get the message, which is really cool. And again, like working with your intuition, trust is really important for this. You have to trust. You have to know when you get that inkling, you trust that that's for you. And when you're asking and working with your intuition on discerning what the symbol is and what it means and what resonates with you, trust it and own it. All right, the other piece of working with signs is you asking for a sign. So for the signs that you are asking for, when you need guidance on something or just want to know that the universe is hearing you, seeing you, listening to you, you can prompt a conversation with the universe. And when you actually get that sign, it is the best feeling ever. And I'll give you some examples that I personally have, and I like every time this happens, like I cannot believe it. It's so random and so amazing. And just like I tell people to keep track of everything that they get intuitively, also keep track of all of the signs that you're getting from the universe. So when you feel like, oh, I'm making it up, or oh, the universe isn't talking to me, you have it to look back on. And some of these are so crazy and unbelievable, you're not gonna be able to forget them anyway. So let's say you want to get a sign. Let's say you're buying a new house and you want a sign from the universe that this particular house is the house for you, all right? You can ask the universe to show you with something very specific. I like to do things that I would not normally see in my real life. For instance, one time I asked for a pink elephant. So you would just say to the universe, just close your eyes, concentrate and say, universe, if this is the house for me that I am meant to move into, show me a pink elephant. That's just one example. You can do anything, but make it something a little bit different. And you can also tell the universe to make sure you know that the sign is for you when you see it, all right? And you will know, trust me, you will know when that sign is for you. And just take it and run with it. When it shows up, take it and own it, just like I said. So let me give you an example of the pink elephant. I don't remember what I was asking for the sign for. It may have just been, I wanted confirmation that the universe was with me through a difficult time I was having. And I asked for that pink elephant, and I asked to know without a doubt that when it showed up, that was my sign. And at the time I was watching a lot of content on YouTube, and I was just watching one of the normal YouTubers that I was always watched all of his videos. And all of a sudden in his video, I don't even remember what he was giving an example of, but he was like, pink elephant, pink elephant, pink elephant. And he went on 100 times. He was giving some example of something. I don't remember what it was, but he said pink elephant 100 times. And I knew that because it was so random that this YouTuber was talking about a pink elephant, and he said it like 100 times. He didn't say it just once. He said it like 100 times in that video. I knew exactly that the universe somehow got me this video or prompted him to start talking about it, and I got that message. It was so crazy. And that's just one example. some other examples of crazy signs from the universe was I was, again, I can't remember why I was asking the universe or what it was a sign for, but I think it was to let me know I was on the right track with the particular thing I was doing. And I asked for a dinosaur headpiece. And in my mind, when I was thinking of like what prompted me to ask for the dinosaur headpiece was my daughter. Oh, here they are. My daughter has these cat ears. And I was expecting some kind of, you know, to run into at a store, like, oh, it got stuck in my hair, some kind of like headband with a dinosaur. And I was taking my daughter to her first day of school. And this kid showed up with a raincoat on. It was a dinosaur, it was a green raincoat, and it had dinosaurs on it. But the hood was like the head of a dinosaur. And my sign that I'd asked for was the dinosaur headpiece. And all of a sudden, this kid shows up with this dinosaur headpiece. And I just knew at that minute that was my sign. And then I asked for another sign. This is the last example I'm gonna give. It was so crazy. I asked for a dinosaur in ballet shoes for whatever I was asking for. Like I said, I can't even remember. It was a sign that was important. And I asked, we were on our way on a shopping trip and we were going to buy my daughter some new school clothes. And we get into the store and my boyfriend was picking up shirts to see if she liked them because she's really picky about her clothes. And he picked up these two shirts and he laid one out and then laid the other and asked my daughter to come over and look, do you like these shirts? And I looked at the shirts and it was some kind of, it said, let's dance or something. And it was a dinosaur. And then on the shirt on the top was the dinosaur and it said something about let's dance. And they didn't have dance shoes, but he had put this other shirt that was a ballerina and all you could see were the ballerina shoes. And he had put it right underneath the shirt with the dinosaur. I couldn't believe it. So I had asked for a dinosaur in ballet shoes and the shirt had the dinosaur on it and said something about dance, and then he had put the shirt underneath it with the dinosaur shoes. So when I looked at it, I saw the dinosaur in ballet shoes. It was so crazy. And this was like within 15 minutes of me asking for that sign, I had shown up and got this. Now, they don't always show up that fast. Sometimes it's like, could be a week in between the sign. There's no time limit when it actually shows up. But it's so fun to do this. So if you need to have guidance, it's so much, this is a super fun way to work with the universe and start that conversation with the universe. And the universe, in my experience, always shows up. And it's a great way to work with your intuition in another way. So go out. Your homework is to right now ask the universe for a sign for whatever it is that you want guidance on and start that conversation with the universe. Ask for something really fun and then come back to this video when it happens. Or if you already have examples, be sure to share them in the comments below. I'd love to see. But come back and let me know what kind of conversation you're having with the universe and how it shows up, because it's so much fun. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful for you. This is one of my favorite topics to discuss. I hope you guys are doing well. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content and subscribe to my channel if you want to be notified when I post a new video. Catch you on the next video.